To our April book journaling night. Let me just put you guys down a little bit closer. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I am just going to pull up my chat here so that I can see all the comments coming in. Let's see. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Sorry we had to postpone last week. I ended up getting a massage, and the massage put me to sleep. It was crazy. The girl that did the massage for me, she was warning me that I could be very sleepy, and she was very correct. So I'm glad we were able to postpone till today. So today we are going to be doing our April book journaling, as well as talking about our book club books for April. So we have one main one and then one as an extra optional one, which is the one from the advent calendar. So I'm going to go through the stickers that I'm going to use today. So we have April stats. I'm just forgetting to pull this out. I have the April reading favorites, the April stats, the reading icons, and then I always do 2 pages of the large deco because it's my favorite. Hi, hello, welcome here. So happy to have you. I have the journaling kit, the washi strips, the audiobook reviews, and then I'm doing the April dashboard. Welcome here, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I know we had to postpone last week, so I'm so happy that you guys were able to come today. I'm going to move this slightly more towards me. Whoa, I hope that was okay. Because I was reaching across the table. Hello, welcome here, welcome. And then the book club book for this month is On Wings of Blood. The optional book club book from the advent calendar is Cassandra in Reverse. And we're going to be talking about both of them because I finished both of them by the skin of my teeth too, because I only finished On Wings of Blood today. So yeah, a little bit by the skin of my teeth there. Okay, so let's dive into this. Hello, welcome, welcome. Okay, so how I like to start every single one is I like to do my dashboard with some washi strips, and then we go into our monthly reads page. So while I'm talking, I'm going to be setting that up. And it feels crazy to use Easter stuff, but I guess that's what we are doing today. Hope you all had a fantastic day. I know I did. The sun was actually shining today, which hallelujah. Feel like we really needed that. It's been kind of a gloomy and cold spring so far here where I am, so I'm very, very, very happy for a little bit of warmer weather. It didn't start off super warm, but it's been nice evening so far. So, all right, let's just kind of eyeball this. And I'm very excited. Yay, I got sun. I know. I'm so happy. I'm going to be sneaking with you guys the next book club books that I'm releasing on Friday. They are going to be for July, August, and September. Thank you. I'm so happy. And I'm very excited to show them off to you guys today. So if you guys stay tuned, you'll see those ones coming up soon. Oh, thanks. I've been working on doing my own gel nails, so they are not perfect by any means. But I am still learning and trying to get the hang of doing it all. But yeah, still learning curve for sure. Okay, let's jump into my April read section. And let's chat about our books. So, what did you guys? Let's start with On Wings of Blood, because that is our main book club book for the month. If you read it, let me know. And what you thought of it, let me know. Your rating out of 5 stars. I finished it today. I really, really liked it. This is my genre of choice. So I love fantasy books, so it was totally up my alley. I gave it a 4 stars. I really liked it. Oh, 4.5. Good. That's awesome, Alex. Good for you. 2, 3. I really, really, really liked it, and I am immediately going to be placing a hold on for the second and the third because I really liked it. So I will be continuing the series for sure. I think the only thing that I didn't give it 5 stars for is there was a few slower points, which in fantasy is extremely common, which is fine. I'm sorry, I don't really like the main love interest. He's not my favorite person. Um, but it's not my cup of tea when people are kind of jerky towards you and then you have to like their love, like even if they secretly like them. And that's not my um romance trope of choice. So for me, I that's my only reason to give it a 4 stars instead of 5. Read it and the next. Okay, I'm so happy you loved it, Cassandra, and you read the next 2 already. That's amazing. Good for you. Very, very impressive. I'm definitely gonna be reading the next 2 for sure because I really, really liked it, and especially the end, like, how could you not keep reading after hearing the end of that book? It was such a good ending. How bad are the triggers? Uh, I would say the triggers would be vampire, um, stuff, so, like, biting. What else would be the triggers? Um, there is a very small amount of animal cruelty, very, very, very small, but, it does end up being okay. So if that helps you, it's, short, but there is a little bit of that, but they aren't really terrible. I would say the spice is, very minimal in here, like, there's only maybe 2 or 3 scenes in the book itself, and you could honestly just skip those sections and it wouldn't change the story. So if that's not your vibe, it's 100% a thing. I think there's one, they each have a dream about each other, and then there's one scene where they're witnessing it and do stuff, and that, like, you could totally skip and still wouldn't really miss anything. So I wouldn't say it's much spicier. The spice is spicier in book 2. That's good to know. Good to know. So Alex is saying that it's spicier in book 2, which I honestly am not surprised about because of the way the first book goes, and how the first book ends. It makes sense to me that the spice would pick up in the other books. But as far as trigger warnings, I wouldn't say there's a whole lot of them. So not too bad. But that could be different for the other books. I haven't read them. Okay, we're gonna do that. Sorry, just trying to catch up on everybody here. You're already into the third, Alex? That's amazing. So incredible. I saw that the third book was out and I need to read them all. They look great. Okay, I'm going to be honest here. I only read 2 books in April. One was Cassandra in Reverse and one was The Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. I am going to do the book club book in April, but I'm actually going to mark it in my stats for May because technically I only finished it today. So I'm only going to be putting 2 books in April, which is really, really, really sad. I have been slacking hard on reading this year, you guys. Like, so bad. And honestly, most of the time I listen to audiobooks, and I still have been struggling listening to audiobooks. So, I don't know. Maybe there hasn't been the books that have kept me interested, but yet I feel like I'm giving things pretty high ratings this year. Like, I haven't read that many terrible books, so I don't know. Just go in waves, I guess. I loaded up my Kobo the other day, so I'm hoping that kind of jolts me to get going. Okay, and you rated it 4 out of 5. And you read the second one right after. Oh my word, amazing. So you guys are totally loving the second or the first one and right away jumped into the second and the third. That's amazing. So the people that have read the second or the third, are you still loving the series or is it like the first was the best one and it kind of went downhill, or is it still being good, like still like liking it? Okay, so For those who have not read this, I'm going to give a brief synopsis of the book. So basically, there is a girl who awakens and she finds herself in a pile of rubble and she doesn't know how she got there. And these people find her and they end up being vampires. And they notice that she is different because she has red hair. And they take her kind of captive and they present her to like there's like four councils, I guess, like four different houses. It's supposed to be like a Malfoy and Hermione like fanfic, but honestly, I only see the Malfoy. I see none of Hermione. So, anyways, um, there's four houses, and I guess the main guy's uh uncle, he decides that he wants to put this girl who is the red hair makes her a dragon rider into their his consort or like basically you're waiting to be married to this guy. So he tells his nephew that he is going to put him in his little group, and it is very common for people to have more than one partner in this like hierarchy. So he has another girl in his little thing, so they become like a trio type of situation. Um, but that doesn't mean like they are together at the same time kind of thing, but he now has two partners. That's kind of what it means. And basically, she gets enrolled into this school, Bloodwing Academy, and she has to live with these vampires, but also these people who are not vampires, and go through this school and learn some magic to learn how to fight in like battles and stuff like that. And yeah, so as she's going along, she notices that there is somebody in her head, and she finds out that that person is her mother. Um, and she's trying to like free her mother's spirit. And also, it is a big deal that she's a dragon rider because there are no dragons around. So there is that. And it is basically she doesn't like the person that she is betrothed to, this Draco guy. I don't know what his real name is. Um, and she becomes friends with another person who is not a vampire, and she kind of helps her like navigate her classes and teaches her about the world that she is now being put into. And it's all about how she is very different and trying to learn the ways of these vampires. I'm probably doing a terrible job as explaining this. Let me just put these down. Oh, I put the wrong sticker on here. Not that one. And so in the thing, it's very common for the people that are like the high bloods to have these competitions, and they have to like compete. So the other girl that is in like her triad and her have to compete in these games, and they have to help each other out, and it's very common for people to die in these ones or to get really hurt and that kind of thing. So they have to work together to complete this, but they are like sworn enemies and they don't like each other at all. So it's like the battle of that. But that's really like at the very end of the book. Like it's not a big thing. The school is like the majority of the book. Sorry. So when I first heard about this book, I was told that it was kind of like Draco and Hermione kind of fanfic. And I was so excited, but I honestly didn't see it. So I'm curious to know if you guys saw any of it. I would say the one thing that um I noticed in terms of being Hermione is that um she had like big bushy hair that was always like uncontainable. And so that was like a very Hermione thing. Um the fact that she's not like instantly amazing at everything was kind of a shocker to me because I feel like that's a big part of her character in the Harry Potter books, so I thought that was kind of strange. So they were trying to go more towards that. I didn't pick up on a lot of the things. I did pick up on a lot of like his like quirks or whatever. And the fact that they named the little like fluffin dog Neville, I just think that's the cutest thing. And I love that little dog. It's so cute. It's technically not a dog. It's something else. A fluffin. And it's so sounds so cute. So I liked the fluffin. I think he was great. And I love her friend. I forget her name because I'm terrible at names, so I apologize, guys. I'm so bad at remembering people's names in books. But I really liked her friend. She was so kind and so nice. So I really liked her. Florence, thank you. Oh, you guys are so kind. You always help me out. Yes, I really liked her. I thought she was great. Let's see. You guys probably know so much more than me because you've read more of the series than I do. I was blown away by the end. If you guys don't want to hear this, just like mute your thing for a little bit. I was kind of expecting the dragons to be a bigger part of it. Like I kind of thought that she would awaken the dragons a lot earlier in the book than what she did. So I was a little bit surprised that they waited till the end of the book for that to happen. But I was really excited and honestly extremely shocked that the dragon didn't just like immediately get close to her. Like I thought that tell the ending if everyone read it. Okay. At the end, there is like a big bones of a dragon, and when she does the incantation, the dragon awakes, and she you thought the friend okay, I think you're right. I think the friend is more like Hermione. I believe that. So the dragon awakes and she like pleads to the dragon to be able to be the rider for this dragon, and he doesn't accept. He like takes off and she's kind of like left alone. And I was kind of surprised. I thought that the dragon would kind of like allow her to be a rider because she has rider's blood, but I guess there hasn't been dragons in so long that she didn't really know what to do. She's just kind of hearing things based off of what she's heard other people say. So she didn't really know like how to you have to like introduce yourself and like make a case, I guess, to the dragon to be able to get it as a to be their rider. But because no one is technically a rider anymore, I guess she didn't do it. But I was kind of surprised. I thought that was what was going to happen. So I'm curious to know what you guys thought of the ending of that book. And if you know the answer, you might already like be able to deduce that. But what did I give this book? 3 stars or 4 stars? Let me just look. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna look at my Goodreads here because I read Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, but I don't know what I rated it. Um, 3. This is a really cute book, but it was just kind of like way too long for what it needed to be. And it's just like one of those nice palette cleansers in between reading a big series or something like that. So it was just fine. So then Cassandra in Reverse, I gave 5 stars. I loved this book. So did you guys feel the same way about the ending as I did, or did you guys were you surprised about the dragon thing in at all? Because I kind of thought it would be a bigger prominent part of the first book, but I guess since there are more books in the series, and I think there's going to be another one. I think I saw a 4th one on the list. I bet you that's going to be a bigger prominent thing in the other books. So sorry. You don't want to spoil book 2 for me. That's fair. That makes sense. Yeah, read it at your own pace. It's very, very good. It is a bigger book, but it's very good. Okay. So we are gonna jump into, it's so short, my stats. And this is the part I'm gonna flip back and forth a lot because I always forget how I do my stats page. Okay. Well, I'm so happy that you guys all loved the book. It was honestly a book that I was very scared to put on the list because I didn't know if people were gonna like such big fantasy books. So if you liked this book and you want to read like more fantasy books like that, let me know because when I make up my book club list, I like to know what kind of things people are willing to read and what they are not really into. Okay, so let's do favorite book and add it to TBR. Favorite book and add it to TBR. And I do here. Sorry guys, this part I always like struggle with, so I need to like focus. Okay, so we got books read, physical books, audiobooks, pages read, time listened. Okay, so the next book that we're going to talk about, because I feel like I could talk about the next book for a long time, is Cassandra in Reverse. So if you read this book, if you made this book club exclusively fantasy or fantasy, I would die of happiness. Oh my word, that's so funny. I wish I could. I feel like we might lose some people, so I feel like I try and make it as universal as possible. So I try and switch it up. The only thing I cannot do is I can't do thrillers. I just, for my own personal, I cannot do them. So I apologize. I can't do them in book club books. But I'm glad you like more fantasy. That makes me happy. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so if you read Cassandra in Reverse, let me know what you gave it out of 5 stars and if you read it. I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. I could not stop thinking about it. I still can't, and I can't stop recommending it to people. I honestly love this book. Most genres read, 5-star reads, series completed, and DNFs. Most genre. You would second the fantasy thing. Okay, well, that's so good to know. I can do more fantasy. That makes me happy. Fantasy is not my genre, but I have read one fantasy from this book club and I enjoyed it. That's awesome. Was that the Crescent Moon Tea Room? Series completed in DNF books. I have been doing so bad on my reading goals this year. I've been trying to read more series and I feel like I'm starting so many more instead. It's so bad. But that's okay. Okay, it's a little bit off, but that's okay. Longest book, shortest book, and average rating. Yeah, that's the one. I want to read the second one too. I actually just put it on my Kobo. I'm hoping to be able to read that one. Okay, let's do that. And there. Okay, so Cassandra in Reverse. If you guys have not read it, it is, oh, it's so good. It is about a girl who is having a really, really bad day. She gets dumped by her boyfriend, she loses her job, and her roommates want to kick her out of the house all in one day. And she kind of has a major panic attack And when she wakes up, she has discovered that she has reversed time and she is able to restart the day. So when she goes through the day, she doesn't first know that she has restarted time. She's kind of like learning it, but she's like not understanding why everybody is acting super strange or like doing the same thing again. So she learns very quickly that she is able to close her eyes and she's able to jump back in time. When she tries to jump back in time longer, she can only go back to like a very specific day. Oh, I hope it's bright enough in here. Let me know if it's too dark in here. Let me know. I can turn my big lights on. Please let me know. So she can only go back maximum to this one specific day, but she can manipulate time in terms of like if she's in a boardroom meeting, for example, and she said something that she doesn't feel like she should have said, she can go back in time for like a couple minutes and restart it and do that. Well, the thing that we learn about Cassandra is that she is a person that has um, autism. And because she has autism, there are a lot of things that make her very different in social situations. And I think this is why I love this book so much because it explains how people who have autism feel in various social situations that someone who doesn't have it like can kind of understand and be able to um not necessarily help, but like can be able to kind of navigate social situations with them because they can learn a little bit more. Yes, she learns about herself and her environment, and it's just beautiful. So, one of the things that she struggles with is she will she has a very strong opinion on smells and touch and so and so. So she, for example, wears the same outfit every single day, just in different colors. She has a different color for every day of the week because she finds it easier to make one choice and stick to that one choice as that's going to be her outfit that she is going to wear to work so that she doesn't have to ever make that choice every day because making that choice is a big task for her and a very big, overwhelming thing to do. So, because she doesn't want to make a choice of what to wear every single day, she has just made that choice that she is going to do one outfit, and that is just going to be her work outfit. So she struggles with textures of like clothing, of certain smells, all that stuff like really overwhelms her. And it's basically her navigating life and learning about the choices that she's made and learning about like how necessarily not everybody else can be the problem, but maybe she is needs to change things about her, and to give herself grace and to give other people grace and to like navigate very different social situations. And it's her kind of getting back together with her sister and her um roommates and everything like that. And it's so good. It's so good. I really, really loved it. So, one of the things that I found interesting is that she uses colors as emotions. And she basically says that every time somebody has an emotion, they have like a color around them, but it's not necessarily the same. So, for example, if somebody has blue around them, it might not be sadness, and then the next person could have another blue, but it could mean something different. Like, it doesn't necessarily just mean that one thing. Because she loves colors and associates colors with a lot of things, she the colors that look really beautiful to her are more happiness and more like um positive emotions, where the colors that she doesn't like would be the more negative emotions and the more confusing ones for her. So I found that so interesting. She loves to study like color charts and such because the common colors really help her to ground herself and to calm down. So I found that really, really, really interesting. I'm just putting some pictures down here for A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. I put like a spell book, I put like a cottage B&B, I put a thunder storm and a fox. I'm gonna put an artichoke. I have a swan necklace. Let's see. I have a knight in shining armor, and I have a magical teacup. Ooh, I don't have my tweezers here. My kids stole them because they've been doing a lot of those like sticker by number books. And I have been too, but they took my tweezers. So I'm gonna try and do it with this. If I can get the edge, it lifts up easily, but my nails are not allowing me. Ah, I'm ripping it. Sorry, guys. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna put that teacup there, and then we'll put the knight in shining armor right there. Cute. I think that turned out really cute. Okay. So one of the things that she found very like satisfying about the fact that she can like manipulate time a little bit is because she isn't great in lots of social situations. She's able to like trial it and like do the social situation and then reverse it and attempt it again. Like, so she called it like basically penciling in your day and then erasing it and redoing it. And I thought that was a very interesting topic. So I was curious to know if there is a time that like you would use this for? Like, would you use it to make sure you did a good presentation in work? Like, would you use it to reverse time in a certain situation? Like, she wasn't able to change like the biggest situation in her life, which was her parents died in a car crash. So she wasn't able to change that, but she was able to change like relationships and like small situations at like work and stuff like that. So nothing like major and big, but like what would your thing that you would try to redo? Again, that's what I'm curious to know. Okay. Oh, I might not write this out because my table makes my thing bounce all the time. Okay. I won't write that in because that's just going to make my whole table bounce. I think for me, I would try and relive some of our like favorite memories as like a trips and stuff like that. I think there are some very like core key memories of like us going to Calgary that I just loved so much. That was like one of my favorite trips. Or when we went to California, there's just some moments that you have with like your kids that you just wish you could keep redoing and keep reliving because they were so special and so meaningful. So I think for me, I would try and go back to those points in time to like relive those magical memories. So that's what I would redo. Okay. Let's see. Let's put this in the middle here. Okay. So, one of the things that she does in the book is that she's very scared of being like her parents and being like her mother more specifically, because so many people say that she's so much like her mother and she has tried her whole life to like be different than her mother. And so she loves, like, her parents are like, her mom was a professor at a college, and she loves like the area. She grew up there. She's extremely smart. She knows a lot of things about like the museum and stuff like that. She's very into Greek mythology and like the Greek gods and stuff like that. Like she knows a lot of information about them. Um and she has tried her whole life to like navigate that she wouldn't be like her parents. And then so much so that she even took a job that she has zero interest in. She's in public relations, which doesn't make any sense for her character because she really can't stand people. Um, so she even took a job that she has zero interest in just to not be like her parents. And I thought that was kind of interesting because I feel like that's a very common thing, that people are so scared of being their parents, even if, like, sometimes we have kid brain and we think that not everything is all hunky dory, but as you grow up older, you kind of realize that maybe everything isn't as bad as we think, in some situations, for sure. Um, and so I find that kind of funny that she tried so hard to not be her mother just because she just didn't want to be, but she ends up being her in the end. I thought that was really funny. So there is a part in the book that I also find like perfect. And it was kind of like a part that brought me to tears is, so she doesn't get along with her sister and she's very upset with her sister, and she her sister convinces her that she gives her 2 hours to be able to talk to her and to be able to share her side of the story and to kind of ask for forgiveness and such. And she so they go to a bar and she's told her sister 2 hours, so she kinda set her watch or whatever to 2 hours, and after the 2 hours, she decides that she should get up, and her sister's like, "No, but we're having so much fun," because they ended up having so much fun, and she's, like, asking her not to leave, and she kinda gets up and she takes her watch and she, like, pulls the little, like, thing out of the side to, like, stop time, and she ends up sitting there with her sister and, like, chatting and just becoming good friends again and, like, getting to know each other, but the fact that she, like, just did that little gesture because she's very, like, rigid in her schedule and very much like, "If we're doing this, it has to be done," kind of situations. The fact that she, like, broke that rule and kind of took her watch to the side to be able to give her sister more time. I just loved that moment. It was very touching and so sweet. I loved that. Let me get my books here. And this one here. Oh, I'm just obsessed with this artwork. It's so good. Just reading my notes. I took a lot of notes on this book because I thought it was so good. Um, yeah, I feel like I've touched on all my notes that I have had. So yeah, I would recommend it. I thought it was fantastic. It was so, like, eye-opening and, like, makes you think a lot, which I really appreciated. I would recommend. Maybe I don't like that I did that. Maybe I'll just do this. Okay. Okay, so now that we've kind of chatted about the two book club books, I would love to show you guys what our books are for next month. And then I'll show you guys what are the new books coming out on Friday because we have our new book journaling kits and our new book club books coming out for July to September on Friday in the shop. So those will be coming out on Friday. I'll show you those in a second, but first I'm going to show you guys what books we are reading for next month. So, or this month technically. So for the month of May, the main book club book is Yellowface, which I am so excited about. This book is about an author and she isn't doing as well. And I think that she steals her friend's book and tries to claim it as her own. That's kind of the synopsis that I was given on Goodreads. And so I'm really excited to read this book. So this is our main book club book, and we'll be chatting about this at the next book club journaling night. If you would like to read the optional second book, which is from the Advent calendar, the second one is going to be Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, another book I am very excited to read. I don't know a whole lot about this one. I believe there's like a video game vibe in this one, but I could be wrong. So I really hope I am right because I kind of designed it based on that. But I don't know a whole lot about it. So, but I heard it's really, really good. So very excited to read both of those books. And you're going to see that artwork come up again in one of our next book club books, which is I'm going to show you guys now. The new one's coming out, which I'm so excited. So drum roll, please. Our July book is going to be Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I'm so excited. I have been seeing this book everywhere. I have been hearing about it everywhere, and I just cannot wait. There is quite a few books in this series, but we're just going to read book 1 to talk about. Cannot wait to read this one. It just sounds so, so fun and so exciting. Something popped up on my screen there. Thanks, Alex. I'm very excited for the May ones as well. So that was July's book. August's book, we are going back to Carly Fortune, and we're going to read Our Perfect Storm. I am so excited to bring back Carly Fortune again because she is the first book club book we ever read, which we read One Golden Summer last year. And so I thought it'd be so fun to bring back another one of hers. So we're going to read Our Perfect Storm. So excited for this one, like very, very, very excited. So yay, that is August's. And September, you got the book yesterday. Yay, that's awesome. I'm so glad you guys are excited. And for September, we are going to be reading The Story Keeper. This book is not out yet. It comes out in July, I believe. But we're going to be reading it in September. And it is about, like, maybe I should look it up, but it's got like mystery and gothic and like a old decrepit house, a book inside of a book type of situation. So I'm really excited about this one. It sounds really, really interesting, and I'm very excited to read it. So The Story Keeper is going to be for September. You started reading book 4 of Dungeon Crawl Carl yesterday. That's awesome. Oh, today. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited. I think we have a good lineup of books for July, August, and September. I'm very excited to read them. If you guys ever have suggestions for books, please feel free to message me or to put them on here because I'm always looking for ideas on it because I never know what you guys would like the most. So any feedback is very helpful for me. Let's see here. Yeah, I think The Story Keeper sounds great. Let me kind of read the synopsis a little bit. I'll just pull it up on my Goodreads here. It's by Kelly Rimmer, and it says in the aftermath of a tumultuous year, Fiona finds solace in the decaying grandeur of a certain place. The rambling family estate, what she once called home. Intent on restoring it, she keeps the keys to more than just de- de- the decaying mansion. Beneath the crumbling plaster and dust are secrets that have been buried for a generation. When a curious book, The Midnight Estate, catches her attention in her late uncle's library, Fiona is plunged into a tale that mirrors her own, a story of love, loss, and betrayal. But as the lines between fiction and reality blur, Fiona must ask herself, is the true mystery the hidden one within the walls of the ancestral house, or is it within the pages of the book that chose her as much as she chose it? So it's told in a dual narrative, and it's classified as historical fiction, mystery, gothic, and book within a book. So I'm very interested and very excited to listen or to read that one. So that should be exciting. Let's see. Yeah, I think there's a good lineup of books coming. Very, very excited. How are you guys doing on your reading goals? Did you guys make reading goals this year, and how are you doing on them? Because I feel like I have not been doing super stellar this year. I am hoping to still read 55 books. I am 5 books behind according to my Goodreads, which is a lot. But I'm still hopeful that maybe this summer I'll be able to catch up a little bit more. I'll be working in the division school a lot less, obviously none in the summer, so I feel like I'll be able to catch up a little bit more. I struggle hard when I have to get called into the schools and then I'm not able to work in the office, which is when I do most of my audiobook listening. So that always amps up my books there. Okay, so we have I'm not done yet, but I'm just going to show you what I have so far. So I have my April dashboard and my April reads pages. This looks so boring. My April stats, the book for A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. We have Cassandra in Reverse and On Wings of Blood. I'm going to keep this here because it is part of the April book club book, but I am going to count the stats as May because I did finish it in May. You're ahead by 2 books, Sharon. Last month was a slow reading month. You know what? I'm a person that goes very up and down with hobbies. Like I am hardcore on one for a while and then I take breaks and I go to a different hobby. So for reading, I feel like that's just where it's going right now, which is sad. Let's see. Oh, the title is way too long. Okay, we're gonna put on my bookshelf A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. And then I'm gonna put Cassandra in Reverse. My other goal was to also to read a bunch of series, like to finish series. Have not been doing good on that at all either. Oh my goodness, my Siri. Sorry about that. Alex, 8 books is still so good. Like you should be so proud of that. Okay, let's do this. I'm not gonna update that. I'm not gonna update this because I don't even know where I am. I guess I could look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. Okay, so it's just my April ones. Okay, I could do that. So I have 11, 12. I'm not going to add the 13 because I'll do that next month. So let's grab those markers right here. I made like an analog basket, and I've been using that to like store all my hobbies and to carry around. And I have been meaning to do a video on my analog basket to put on Instagram to show you guys and on TikTok. And I just have not been getting around to doing it. And I need to do that this week because I would love to show you guys all of the fun hobbies that I've been putting in my analog basket because I've just been having the best time. 11, 12. So I guess I'm officially at 12 books read, or 13 actually, because I just finished On Wings of Blood. Okay. Have I read any of these? Nope. Oh, Yellowface is on there. None of these. That sucks. That's so sad. See, I've been doing really bad at my goals. Let's do my genre tracker next. So for Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, I'm going to put fantasy for that one. And then Cassandra in Reverse, I'm going to use fiction. Oh, yeah. There we go. I also wanted to read a lot more One Piece, the manga One Piece. And I read 10 last year, and I haven't read any this year. Okay, so I wanted to fill in this yearly bracket. So my favorite book for March was Glorious Rivals. My favorite book for April was Cassandra in Reverse. And then between these two, I have Cassandra in Reverse. I didn't pick this one. I should have picked that one. So that one's actually going to be Cassandra in Reverse too, which I don't have a sticker for, so I have to make another one of those. I'm not going to do my reading mosaic, but I did get stickers for my book of the month. So March was Glorious Rivals, and April was Cassandra in Reverse. And then I'm going to fill these in. So we have the blue one. Glorious Rivals, I believe, was 5. Yeah. I did a much better reading month in March. If I beef up my numbers this summer, then I should be pretty good. Spring is always my least reading month for some reason. I always have the lowest numbers. If you guys have not read Cassandra Reverse, and I know I've said this like 700 times, please read it. It's so good. I loved it so much. And it was a book that I had no expectations going into, which was really nice. Let's see. The Prairie Book Club books. I finished this one now, so I can fill that in. I give it 4 stars. And then this one over here in the pink. Give this one 5 stars. So the only book club book that I haven't finished is the optional second book for February, and that was Better Than the Movies. And I have it on my holds. It's going to be the book I start tomorrow. So hopefully next time we get together, I'll be able to tell you that I finished it and that I'm caught up. Okay, I'm not going to fill in those right now. I don't get to add any series trackers. And I'm not going to add any passports right now, but I am going to add 2 DNFs because I did DNF 2 books. And I'm just going to look them up here because one I decided was from last year, and this year I added another one. So I only have one to actually add, and I am adding Good Spirits. This is a book that got such good reviews at Christmas time. And I listened to it just after Christmas, and I couldn't stand it because it is basically the carbon copy of another book that I had already read, and it sounded exactly like it with a Christmas twist. And so I didn't really like it. I felt like it was not good. Maybe if I hadn't read that other book that I would have really liked it, but I just couldn't even get into it. I was like rolling my eyes at it the whole time. So I just decided I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to DNF it. So Good Spirits is in there. I'm not going to go through these because I like to do that at my own pace. But the only thing I wanted to add was March. I did not have counterfeits picture, and I did print it this time. So I'm going to put that in there. There. So that is our book journaling for tonight. Just going to quickly go through again. We have our dashboard and our April reads, our monthly stats page, the page for A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, Cassandra in Reverse, and On Wings of Blood. I had the best time, you guys. I hope that you guys had fun as well. Yeah, life is too short to continue bad books. 1000%. And there's way too many good books out there to waste my time on really bad books. So 100% agree. I hope that you guys enjoyed today. Please, if you guys were journaling along with me, feel free to tag me in your posts. You can put it on our Facebook group or on Instagram or whatever and just tag us. I would love to see what you guys are working on. And again, if you have any more book recommendations for future book club books, let me know. You can message me or put them here in the comments. I would love to know. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys next month. Bye, everybody.